What's going on, everybody? I'm out fishing today in my kayak in one of my favorite little sneaky little fishing spots. I got this whole place to myself. I think there's just one other guy out here fishing. I think he's bluegill fishing. So we're gonna see if we can catch some fish. It's pretty windy and it might become a torrential downpour in about 48 seconds, but in those 48 seconds, I'm gonna try to catch anywhere from 20 to 25 pounds worth of bass. So we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna start with a jig over in some structure and in a place where there's not too much wind. We'll see what we can do. I'm gonna turn on the chesty and get going. There we go. I'm just not releasing it at the right time. So just to catch you guys up, a lot happened before I started the camera today. So first things first, I get to the lake, no big deal. I realize the water's super stained. So I'm like, I think I should probably put on a black and blue jig. So I pull out my favorite 6 cents swim jig, which happens to have a really excellent shaped head for skipping. I flip it and pitch it just like a normal jig, but it's titled a swim jig. So I start to tie it on and then I proceed to drop it in the water. So that was pretty awesome. That happened to be my favorite jig, but it's okay, I can always order another one. But before I ever made a single cast, I had already broken off in a way and lost the lure, which is pretty amazing, but it's okay. I just tied on a green pumpkin jig, which is no big deal, and just put on a black and purple trailer. This will work just fine, I think, if they're into the jig today. The thing about that 6 cents jig is that it's got that screw lock lure keeper. So it really helps you skip, because jigs that don't have a screw lock, the bait slides off the hook really easily. So that's my favorite thing about that jig. Oh, there's one right there. Oh, that was a big one, man. He swam out with it when I was talking. Shoot. He got me totally off guard. I wasn't paying attention. I was talking to you guys. That might have been the worst hook set ever. That was like a 3-pounder. Good. Good. All right, no more talk about jigs. Only fishing jigs. I'm hung up. So I'm gonna go ahead and retie this jig back on. That was a really horrible hook set. I was not paying attention at all. Palomar nut. 3/8 ounce swim jig. I'm a big fan of skipping these swim jigs. Just the head design, pretty much across the board, especially with the 6 cents, is really good. That flat head right there makes it super easy to glide that thing across the water. Come on, fish, that was a dime. Takes me about 20 minutes to get my skipping dialed in each time I go fishing. I don't really know why, but I guess it's like playing basketball. You gotta take a couple warm-up shots before you're ready to play. Get in here. Yes. Oh, I was recording too. Good. Swim jig. That was swimming it back over that log. It's ultra shallow water. Not a bad fish at all, guys. I'm gonna weigh him, see if I can catch 5, what my best 5 would be. That's a pretty nice fish. I'd say probably 2 1/4. Well, maybe the scale's not such a good idea. We'll put him back. We're gonna say he's 2 1/2. See you, buddy. Missed another one. Dang it, pulled my trailer down, spit it. Swim jigging. Okay. Okay, might figure these fish out. I might have to put a crank in front of them to hook them a little better. All right, guys, I'm gonna pull out something kind of sneaky. Got this black 6 cents crank, and since I'm not doing a great job hooking these swim jig fish with the actual swim jig itself, I'm gonna put on this black crankbait. Sort of resembles the jig I was throwing. So I'm gonna take this shallow running chartreuse looking crankbait off and then put on this black one and see if we can do some damage with that. It's getting kind of windy, so I'm gonna have a hard time putting that jig in the exact spot I need to. So we're gonna try to cover some water with the crank, see how it goes. All Alright guys, so it got a little windy for me to fish comfortably on the kayak because there's only one spot on this whole lake that has protection from the wind. So I'm going to fish off the bank for a little while and maybe the wind will subside. I doubt it though, but I still think we can catch some fish from the bank, so really not that big a deal. I just put my kayak over there. There's one on the 10-inch worm. Oh, tiny one. There's one on the 10-inch worm. First cast over there on the rocks. That's a big old worm for you, buddy. You ain't that big. Chunker. All right, put him back. A lot of times this kind of weather right before the storm, with all this wind, especially in the summertime with the cooling down a little bit, and get the bite going. I'm kind of surprised I haven't been catching many fish. I'm gonna toss this crankbait around. It's fairly perfect crankbait conditions, especially for a pond, which it's not always a good place to throw a crankbait is in a pond, but we got wind, we got rocks. Do we have bass? It's a question I'm more interested in. We got a tree. That was stupid. There you go. Oh, we had a fish. We have a fish. Holy crap. That's what it was. I thought we were on the tree. That was not a good hook set, but if that fish were marginally bigger, I would have totally lost it. There's no doubt in my mind. That's funny. All right, see you, bud. So yes, crankbait will bite. Or there is a crankbait bite. I don't backlash. There's a decent crankbait bite going on. If I got bit on my first cast over here, fouled it up. That fish was like in an inch of water. Fish was not an RLI, a rather large individual. Here comes the sun. Oh, there, I got him. Got him that time. Got him that time. Not a bad one. Sweet. Not a bad fish. Hey, homie. Oh, I should have brought my pliers over here with me. Okay. Nice. Nice 2-pounder all day. A little bit of goose feather on them. Interesting. Definitely got that while I was in the water, not while I was on the bank. Cool. Get him out there pretty good. See you, homie. All right, now we're ready to fish with crankbaits. It's hard to catch fish with a hook in your hand. Preferably you got the hook in the fish. Got one. They want the crankbait. Is that even a bass? It's a bass, only a little bit smaller. Now that is your ideal hook to the finger fish. I'm really glad I caught him. All right, monster. That's pushing 18. Oh, sorry. That wasn't very nice of me. I didn't mean to do that. But that fish was pushing anywhere from 18. So like I said at the beginning of the video, looking for that 20-pound limit. I only got to catch a 2-pounder and I'm good to go. So far so good. They're up on these rocks, super shallow. I just need to cover wire with the crank, put up with the grass. Oh, I thought I got bit again. So no big deal. Spit it, shoot, right at the bank. It was like a 2. I don't even know if I got that on video. Just as I was setting the hook, I pressed the button and he bit it. Oh, he bit it again. He bit it again. Huh. Oh man, drilled it right next to the bank. Yes. That was sweet. Come here. Nice. Another one. The quality's been pretty good today, apart from the one that was about 2 inches long. Right on the bank, burning that crank too. That hurt, but I probably took him from his house. I guess I deserved it. That fish has been in some muddy water. Look at here, look at here. Good. See you, bud. There you go. Oh, big one. Big one. Don't come off. Is that a big one? Drilled it like a big one. Stay down. Stay down. Nope, stay down. Oh, he threw it. Crap, it's like a 2-pounder. Or probably a little bit bigger than a 2. Shoot, man. Crap. Got him. Right in this brush pile. Right in this brush pile. Come here, buddy. Come here. Come on. Oh, this might be a big one. Might be a big one. Right in front of me. Come here, dude. Don't be like your buddy. Don't throw it for me. Come on. Come on. Dang, I can't get any movement on this fish. Might be. He's just fighting hard. Oh, holy crap. Come here, bud. Come on. Come on. Oh. I want to see you at least. Come on. I'm not horsing you. I'm pulling you in. Oh, man, he's going. Come on. Come on. Oh, it's not even that big. I just had him hooked in the side. It's not a bad fish at all. But I just had him hooked in the side. He was fighting like he was 5 or 6 pounds. That's a good fish. Don't get me wrong. Cool, that's fun. I love a crank. Ooh, you got it good. No wonder you didn't come off. I played him like it was... I don't know why the GoPro stopped there. But what I was saying, I was playing that fish like I'd never catch one again. Which, probably not a bad way to look at it, to be honest with you. Play every fish like it's your last, and you might not lose them. There you go. Ain't a bad fish at all, man. Sweet. Cranking. Got him. Up shallow right in front of me again. This one might come off. I don't know if I got a good hook in this fish. Same exact scenario. Come here. There you are. Hooked him in the side. That would be, dang, he got it good. This is gonna take a minute to get him unhooked. That's about a 1.5, not a bad one at all. Super shallow. All right, guys, I actually super anticipated that to not go so hot with the unhooking, but no joke, I know I stopped the clip, but it took approximately 20 seconds to get that fish unhooked. So that's awesome. What's most important is the fish gets back in the water healthily after you catch them. There's one. Now they're really starting to fire up, man. Kind of got it figured out a little bit. Or is that just moss? I think that's just moss. Unless he's just running at me. Sure hit like a fish. Oh, no, it's a fish. It's not very big. Fatso, just not a monster. I must admit I'm not a great treble unhooker. So I'm just gonna play it safe with every fish and use the trebles until I get to that point. That's definitely a male fish. Got a spider web on my foot. Tiny one. Oh, man. Oh, what a bite. Not a big one, but what a bite, dude. Get up, yeah. Is that the same one I just caught? Sure looks like it, but I don't think it is. Man, it looks like the last one I caught. Oh, hammered it, dude. Dropping the hammer on it, man. Hammer time. You're pretty audacious. Ooh, must have come in contact with a carnivorous carp or something like that. Okay, guys, so caught quite a few cranking fish, but a little trend I noticed, the bites I did get on a jig, and I only landed one, were all bigger fish. So I'm gonna go over to the structure now that the wind's kind of dissipated just a tad, and I'm gonna try to catch some fish on a jig. And if it doesn't pan out, I'm gonna go back to cranking. I'm gonna catch a bunch of fish, and with the off chance that I come across a big one. But I do really want to fish this timber over here while I have the opportunity to. I hate to pass this up while I'm here. I've got some big fish over here. We're gonna see if we can replicate that, make something funny happen. All right, we'll go ahead and start right here. Come in contact with an RLI. Ooh, saw a big wake. Eat it for me. Eat it for me. Come here. Yes, man, that's what I love to do right there, boys and girls. We recording? Oh yeah. Oh, that's not even that big, but that's what I like to do. Okay. That's got to be at least a 3. We're about to be up in La Tree. Oh, that was sick, man. I can bet your bottom dollar that was that fish that I saw just a moment ago swirling. He probably swirled on something, ran up under a tree, and then I flipped to him, caught that joker right there. Nice one, man. Exciting. That's too fun. Should be illegal. I think it is in like 4 or 5 states. See you, homie. Come here, buddy. Come here. Oh, I just pulled it out of his mouth. Shoot. All right, well, you guys saw it. That was interesting. I went down to lift him out of the water and I just pulled the hook right out of his mouth. Crap. Well, you guys saw it. It was there. That was crazy, guys. I didn't even have time to hit the play button when I set the hook because I just saw this giant bust 2 inches off the bank. And I was like, you know what? That's probably a bluegill. And I caught the bluegill. Look at that. It's a pretty good bluegill. About a 2.5 pound bluegill on a jig. They don't usually bite jigs like that, but the big bluegills do. All right, sweet. Oh, I saw a giant boil right there. That fish should bite my Senko. Told you. Called it. Got him. Come here. Come here. Nice. I knew he'd bite it. He just rolled on a bug or something. So I pitched my Senko over to the wake. Caught his butt. Got him kind of in the stomach real quick, so I'm going to get him unhooked. It's just a drop shot hook, so it shouldn't be that bad. All right, good to go. No bleeding. Good fish. 10-inch worm. 10-inch worm right in front of a stick. Very typical. Textbook pattern. Not a bad fish at all, honestly. Nice chunker. Looking for a big meal. Not exactly a big fish. Cool. What the heck? Okay, so how that happened, I don't know. Set the hook and the fish ended up on the bank. So, yeah, that's what just happened. Okay, so here's that fish, about 1.5 pounds. Back you go. Not where you're supposed to go, buddy. Get up here. That fish got me wrapped up in every which way. I stopped the camera, started the camera. Just about everything I could do wrong went wrong, but I still managed to catch it, so that's cool. He got me all wrapped up, man. All wrapped up. All right, Bubba. Peace out. Yep, that is fish. That's a big one. Don't you jump, buddy. He's thinking about it. He's trying to. Stop it, stop. Uh-oh, this could be, no, it's not that big. Still a good one. Don't horse them, John, as much as you want to. Don't do it, fish. Nope. Got them all hooked in the side today. They're fighting like they're just giants. Oh, he's about to spit it, you watch. I just pulled one hook out. Now he's up in a tree. He's trying his hardest. Come here. There we go. Cool, man. Another hard fighter. Love it. Bass X rod with this fast tip, they can hit it just like that right by the bank. And if you had a stout rod, you'd never hook those fish, because that treble hook would never load into them. They just smack it and they come right off. I've lost, what, 2 today? I mean, that's not bad when you're fishing with trebles. Right by the bank again. Wow, that's crazy, dude. Right on the bonk. Stuck up in a tree. Hey-o. Come here. Come here. Come here, you wiener. There we go. Cool. Love that. It's like flipping and pitching a crank. Got you pretty good, my friend. Not a bad one at all. Love catching fish on a crank, man. Too much fun. Boop. It's so important to trigger those bites. They're not always going to hit it on the first cast through their little zone. Sometimes you got to make repeated casts at the same exact spot, work it just a tad bit different just to piss them off, and then you'll catch it, just like I did with that one. I just feathered that crankbait literally right over his little hidey hole, like with this one. Oh, he came off, but that's no big deal. But that was a perfect example of that. Just work it right through the hole. You can worm a square bill pretty easily if you know what you're doing and kind of be really dainty with it. Got 15 minutes left. There's one. Get in here. Hey, slow down. Good. Here's a little buzzer beater fish. Still willing to eat the jig. I miss a lot more jig fish in the kayak, and that's just because of the type of line I use. I do most of my fishing from a boat, so there's a lot less stretch, and obviously there's, a lot less give. And especially when you're on the bank, you have no give unless you hit the hook so hard that you pull the earth with you, which is unlikely for most. There's another one on the jig. Tiny, but super shallow on a jig. Okay, guys. Well, I think I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Man, I'm pretty whipped. I've been fishing pretty hardcore for the last 4.5 hours or so, getting in and out of the kayak. So, getting old, kind of beat. But I have my trusty visor and white shirt on, so Lord knows I stayed cool and comfortable the whole time. We caught a bunch of fish today. I caught a bunch of fish today, not we. In a variety of different ways. A lot of ways I really like to catch fish. Caught them skipping and flipping and pitching a jig, which is probably my favorite way to catch fish. Had a couple of mishaps in regards to that line I'm using. I'm gonna go ahead and take that off. Caught a lot of fish on a crankbait today. They were drilling the crankbait, ripping my rotator cuff out of my wrist, whatever I don't know what that's called. But really fun catching them on that black crank. I've never really caught fish on that black crank. I just thought today would be the perfect thing. They were biting that black creature bait on the back of that skipping jig. So I was like, you know what? Let's just swim a daggum black square bill in their face, man. And I'm squinting because I've pretty much put myself in direct line with the sun, but y'all can't see my pretty little eyes. Swim jig, pitching a jig, skipping a jig, 10-inch worm. Caught a few fish on a 10-inch worm, a couple of decent ones on a 10-inch worm, cranking, and a couple on a wacky worm. I try to not fish a wacky worm if I don't have to because it bores me to death. But sometimes, man, you got to throw it to get bites. But all in all, good day of fishing. Really love this place. Always have a good time. Didn't come across any giants, but came across a bunch of good fish up shallow. caught them the way I like to catch them. So had a great day. I'm glad y'all could tag along for the ride. I'm gonna go get me some food because, man, my rumbly is tumbling, if you know what I mean. So I will see y'all on the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Peace.